After some weeks of committee sittings, the conference had resumed plenary last Monday, and the various chairmen of the committees, 20 committees to be precise, presented their reports and laid them on the table, one after the other. While some of the committee chair or co-chair did not lay their report on Monday on resumption of plenary, others did so on Tuesday, and by Tuesday all the reports were at the secretariat of the conference. The security situation at the conference was more relaxed. People could easily access the premises, but what happened was that some journalists were asked to show their professional ID cards, not just the ID card that the conference issued. One had to show the ID card given or issued by the media organization he or she represents before he or she was allowed into the complex. Again, the delegates were also checked. Their cars the boot of the cars were checked, and then before they were allowed. But apart from that, movement into the premises was smooth and easy, and the security operatives at the gate were very, very responsible and respectful, and that was a good thing. A departure from similar situations in the past where people were harassed, especially given the security situation in the country. That aside, after the conference report or the committee report were laid, the secretariat started preparing the document for circulation to the members, 492 members to be precise. And then the deliberation did not start, or debate on the report did not start immediately. In the course of the week, the sitting hours were extended. Initially, delegates used to come in by 10 o'clock and leave by 6 o'clock, observing a 2-hour break in between from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock for lunch. But during the week, to underscore the seriousness of their work, the conference resolved that sitting time will commence from 9 a.m. in the morning instead of 10, and end at 6 o'clock in the evening. Some delegates even canvassed for the sittings to be extended to Friday, which was reserved for secretariat duties. But those who made the move could not secure the consensus of the members, and so the idea was dropped. During that week, something controversial happened. Just as the conference was preparing to adjourn for delegates to go back and read the various reports that were given to them, a member from Akwa Ibom came up with something very controversial. He called for an extension of the tenure of the present administration, or for political office holders, public office holders, by 18 months, as to allow the president, to continue for additional 18 months after the expiration of his tenure on May 29, 2015. Immediately, this suggestion was made. The media was awash with a plot by the presidency to use the conference to elongate its tenure. I think that issue was not addressed by the conference, during the week. I hope that it's going to be addressed next week. What delegates were actually looking out for was the report of the Committee on Devolution of Power. That was central to what every committee was doing, because they wanted to know what the devolution of power, because resource control or resource ownership, or whatever they call it, resource democracy, was one of the controversial issues, or very strong, one of the issues the delegate felt strongly about. And the conference was divided among delegates from the south and the north. But when the co-chairman of the committee, Victor Orta, former governor of Akwa Ibom State, addressed the newsmen, he said that the issue of resource control was kept in abeyance because they couldn't vote on it, and that there was a clause, even when resource ownership and mineral was still kept at the exclusive list of the Constitution, there was a proviso that the states will have a say in what happens, that nobody will just go to a state, run into a state with his equipment, machines, and start drilling or exploiting any mineral or resources in that state. The state will have a say, and then the federal government will always consult the state, and then the community in which these resources are located before the exploitation or any kind of mining takes place. And Mr. Tak claimed that that was one major breakthrough in the quest for resource ownership and control in the country. There was a minority report. A delegate from Rivers State, Anku Briggs, had also tendered, vowed to submit a minority report because she disagreed vehemently with the position of her colleagues who jettisoned the idea of resource control and many more. So we want to see what will happen next week to the minority report, the report on devolution of power, and all other committees.